Hello Libra, and welcome to your energy update. I'm super excited to do this reading for you. We just had a full moon, and I have that in the description box down below, the full moon reading that we just did, so you can check out the energy for the all signs. It's all of us, because we all share the same energy. It's just we all have a different a different way of looking in through the windows. So astrology is not tarot. Tarot is not astrology. We just use that to separate the videos out, so you have a place to come and you have a place to start. But you can pretty much watch any video as long as the title resonates with you. So I'm really, really excited. Remember that these energies can be reversed. If it doesn't resonate with you, it just might mean that I'm not picking up on your specific energy. No big deal. Just come back later. I'm not going to resonate with everybody. I want to thank all the people who've donated to this channel. There's a link in the description box down below. I want to thank all the people who have bought something off Amazon from one of my links, or anybody who has watched these videos or watched the ads. And I want to thank everybody who's brand new here. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you. So let's see. Libra. What is going on with your energy? I got some Libra in my chart. Another best friend of mine is a Libra. Woo, woo, woo. And we got some amazing things happening in our lives. So I'm excited, Libra. What's going on? All right. We have you now. The next step. What's in your way? What's your strength? And what's the outcome? Beautiful. We have our union coming. We have the Ten of Cups coming your way. So this is awesome. This is going to be an amazing reading. I'm super excited, Libra. All right. So, okay. So what does this mean? This means some sort of union. This could be a romance. It could be a partnership. It could be a contract. It could be a job offer. It could be anything where someone is coming together. There's communication above it. Anything that is in harmony and unity and equal give and take. And the other thing, it's just a really beautiful relationship. That's what this is. It doesn't matter if it's a friend or a lover or, like I said, a boss or a coworker or whatever. It's going to be a beautiful thing, like a soulmate, a twin flame. It's going to be something of that sort where it's like you feel it deep in your bones. I feel you in my bones. All right, so, and it's going to bring you the Ten of Cups, which is all of the happiness in the world. Look at that rainbow. The people are looking at their future. They got a couple of kids happy running around. They're looking at they should put mountains in there, because mountains are my favorite, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll just pretend like they're there, but let's pretend like there's some mountains that they're looking at, like they're, overlooking like just the beauty of the earth. And they're just like, oh, life is so amazing. Yep, it's everything. It's every cup filled, and every color on the universe is there. So I like it. He's holding her. They got a good relationship. The kids there's the inner children are happy. The inner child for both of those two people are happy, and they're running around and they're finally free, and it's good. All right, let's find out what you are. We have some entrapment. I need to check out this card. The feeling is some toxicity. Are you feeling negative? I'm not feeling, okay, I was feeling negative yesterday, okay. All right, I do have some negative tendencies that come out when I'm feeling discouraged. I feel like this card is discouragement, like you're feeling like, oh my gosh, almost like it's not gonna happen? What's going on, Libra? Are you feeling like maybe, let's find out a little bit more. What is this? Oh. It is definitely, you're feeling negative. Some judgment, some seeing things differently. Okay. I'm feeling like, you feel like it's too good to be true. Yeah, like it's almost like, no, this isn't going to happen. Because it's too good to be true. It's like what I've asked for. It's what I've manifested. It just seems like maybe you're feeling undeserving of it. Like I'm feeling like on the surface, you feel like it's amazing. You're doing pretty good on the surface, but deep down, maybe you're feeling like, so when is the rug going to come out from under my feet? Because this feels too good to be true. Because there is amazing things happening in Libra's life right now. So that's possible, Libra. Wow. So, and I got all these cards upside down. That's what they're feeling. I looked at them right side up so I could see what was going on. But You are feeling negative about like some things in your life that you're looking at, like a big review. And yeah, I get this because I have Libra rising. And yeah, I was feeling this. I was feeling all up in my feels yesterday. And I couldn't get out of this funk. It was like not fun. But I didn't cry or anything. It was just like, I just felt like I needed to rest from life. It was really interesting. But yeah, I was looking at things in my life and I was writing things down. So you might be doing that too, or might want to. And you feel like you want to see things in a different way, but maybe you're having a hard time, like I was yesterday, getting out of that funk. You just weren't able to. Didn't matter how many 111s and 333s and 444s and 555s I saw yesterday, and my angels were trying to talk to me. I was just in a funk, right? And maybe that's what was happening too. And so you're feeling like what's coming in is not as reliable or well off or maybe generous as you felt like it could have been. I don't know. It's something coming in this way, like a page and a sword of truth that maybe you were hoping was going to come in a lot bigger. I don't know. Let me see. So what I'm hearing is it is a lot bigger. You're just not seeing it for what it is. And I had used this analogy before where I had bought this home, for instance, and I liked this home, but my husband liked it. He was more intuitive about it than I was at first. Although there were certain things that I did like about it, and it did match the vision that I had in my mind. It was just, I didn't know how wonderful it was until I actually moved in. So it's like the more and more I started to find out about it, it was like the more and more I started to be like, oh yes, this is exactly what I was asking for. Sometimes in the manifestation, when it is like coming into fruition, we don't see what it is until it's been 3 to 6 months that we're actually in it. And then we're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm starting. It's like it just kind of dawns on you little by little. Because sometimes we get so hooked on the manifestation, the way it looks like in our mind, that when it actually manifests, we get a little confused. Like, wait a minute, this isn't what I thought at all. Like, I thought it was going to be like this or like that. And you know what I mean? And I was even to the point, like when we got into this house, I started to feel like there were things like going to go wrong with it. Like, oh, the plumbing's probably bad. They probably didn't expect it right. Or I had like all these fears because we did have an issue where the bathtub, because the person never used the shower after they renovated it or whatever. And so when we took a shower, then there was this huge water stain on the ceiling. And I was like, see, I told you, this isn't the manifestation I was asking for. And I started to like point out all the things that were wrong. And then when we got that fixed, it wasn't even a hard fix. It didn't even cost that much money. It was like, I was thinking, oh my gosh, it's the whole plumbing. I just went in the wrong direction completely, right? And I kind of feel like that's what's happening here. Like, just because it's not happening exactly the way that you thought it was going to pan out, give it a chance. Give it a chance because it's probably exactly what you asked for. It just is taking a little bit more time. And I know you're tired of waiting. I get it. But it might be just taking just a little bit more time. And the time that it's taking is making it perfect. So just let it bake in the oven. It's almost like baking a pie and taking it out too soon. Or not a pie, but a pie or a cake or whatever. And taking it out too soon. And then people go to cut into it and it runs all over someone's plate instead of being firm. It's like that type of thing. So I feel like maybe you are bringing in some negativity into this manifestation that doesn't really need to be there. That you're looking at it and reviewing it and saying, well, this isn't exactly what I asked for. And you're kind of getting like, I need to see things in a different light. Because Libras are really positive. So I believe that like, even though you went down that negative for a second, you're going to turn around and be pretty positive about it. And be like, okay. Like, let's step out of this. Because going in that negative direction is going to continue to make more negativity. So if I would have focused in on that, and I did the best I could. Like at first I got really negative about the water stain in my ceiling after I bought the house. You know what I mean? I got really negative, like, oh my gosh, I bought a crap deal, whatever. But I go, you know what? No, stuff like this happens. Maybe I need to learn this lesson. I started to think more positive about it. And then I started to see the fruition for what it was. Oh, I'm right next to the mountains. Oh, the school is right there. Even though I homeschool, it's like if I ever wanted to not homeschool, it's right there. And then I started to meet my neighbors, and I started to see like how everything was exactly the way that I wanted it to be, So just give it some time. All right. It is more reliable than you're thinking. And I think it's because it came in a lot smaller than you thought. It came in, it was a contract that came in. It came in as good information. You feel like it was reliable. But like I said, you might have felt like maybe it wasn't exactly what you were hoping for, And the next step is to be positive and start to see the sun, start to see it in a different light, start to see that maybe the universe did make it the way you wanted it to be. Maybe you're just not seeing everything yet. Maybe you're not seeing all the details, So same thing like I was saying when I bought my car, it was the same thing. I bought it because it was in the price range I wanted. I wanted to pay cash. I didn't want to be in debt, right? So but when I got into it, I was like, well, I guess. And I kind of felt like I settled for it at first. I was like, well, it is kind of what I want. But then I started to drive it. I was like, oh my gosh, it has seat warmers. Oh, it's so awesome. Oh my gosh, I can hook up my phone to it and I can actually have a map. Oh, I never had any of that before. I always drove cars that were much older and not very, most of them I wanted to be cars that my husband can work on. That I wanted it to be something that wasn't going to be that I had to take it to the dealer every time we had a problem, or something that I could maybe even help with, in some certain circumstances. I didn't want it to be so new that I didn't know what to do with it, because my dad always taught me that. And so I had always bought all these older cars. And so this time I bought like a newer, it's not new, but it was newer car. And it had all the bells and whistles that I was looking for. And I was like, because it's just little things at first I was like, oh, this isn't what I wanted. And then as I'm driving, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I wanted. It was exactly what I wanted. I just didn't know it. All right. So, and now I'm super happy with it, right? And you will be too. It's like going to be the same thing. At first, you're going to start picking it apart a little bit because you had waited so long for this dream to come true. It's like you almost might like pick it apart a little bit. Please stay in the more positive. This is Leo energy. Luckily we're in Leo season. So this should be better for you because now you're going to feel the happiness, and I want you to go towards it and lean towards the happiness instead of this negative feeling. Because when we're negative, we manifest more negativity. When you're in positive, you manifest more positivity. So if you want the positive, then start looking at things that make you happy. Okay? What is in your way? What is in your way is that it hasn't fully come into effect just yet. That you're still kind of waiting for this gift of love. You're still kind of waiting for this good news. You're still kind of waiting for this relationship or this emotional lottery. It's just like you're in the limbo period. And that right there is what's in your way. It's the obstacle. Is that you're feeling like maybe it's not really going to come, or maybe you feel like it's never going to be, maybe you're just feeling like discouraged. I guess that's the word that I'm feeling with these two words. It's like, even though you have fruition coming, even though you have manifestation coming, even though you feel the energy and you know it's there and you know it's awesome, it's like this tinge of, and this could be from like for me, I know it comes from abuse. So for me, this tinge of discouragement is because my mother told me my whole life that I would never be happy. I would never make a man happy. I would never be happy. These are the things that she put into my mind. And that I would never have a happy life. And every time I played Monopoly, she would joke, and they would joke about how I'd be a bag lady and I would never have my own home and I would be homeless, and just all of this emotional stuff for a little child. So for me, it's like there's no way this could be happening. There's no way this could be real. There's no way that I deserve something like this, because I was told my whole life that I was deserving to be a bag lady and on the streets and with a needle in my arm, and that this is what they wanted to manifest for me. This is what my mom wanted for me. She didn't want me to ever make a man happy. She didn't ever want me to be happy in my life. And whenever I got happiness in my life, she would destroy it. She would like one time I was going to sing for the first time on stage, ever show anybody that I knew how to sing pretty well. And she came backstage, and I was dressed really pretty. I had spent time on myself, and she came backstage and she crushed me right before I went on stage. And I have this picture that nobody can tell and nobody can see, but I have this picture that she took of me right after I had been crying. She told me like what a piece of crap I was, and I didn't deserve to be on stage and all this stuff. And I went out and I was so crushed on that stage, I didn't even want to sing anymore. And anytime I was happy, on my wedding day, the day I had my children, anytime I was happy, she would come in and produce her evil upon me. So it's no wonder that right before I get my happiness, or right when I'm in the happiness, it's no wonder I would feel this pain of why? I don't deserve this. It's not for me. And I'm feeling like that with you, Libra. Like you're feeling the same thing. I don't deserve this. So I thank you for all the beauty that you're giving me, but it's not for me. It's for someone else, because that's what you were told. Interesting. I guess that's a full moon thing for me to look at one more time as I manifest whatever's happening in my life right now. Maybe I need to look at the fact that I don't feel deserving of the things that bring me happiness. Okay? I feel like that's what's going on. That's your obstacle. Man, let's write that out together and burn that tonight. I think I need to take another hot bath. I thought yesterday in the full moon was the only day I was going to be feeling feelings, but I guess I'm feeling feels today. So let's do this. All right. All right. So what is your strength is that you know how to manifest. You're a master manifester. That's your strength. That is beautiful, Libra. So all we have to do, Libra, is know that we deserve it. All we have to do is know that this is our happiness is for us, and God loves us, and we deserve this because you know how to manifest more than anybody on the planet. Let me tell you that my Libra friend who just manifested, and she's going to be listening to this, and I love you. You're so amazing. My Libra friend who just manifested, and she's double Libra, by the way. But she just manifested all this wonderfulness, and it is amazing what she manifested. It is so cool, and I can't wait for it to fully be in fruition for her so we could celebrate in all its fullness. Like, I'm super excited for her. And so you are a master manifester, and so am I. And so we need to just be loving in that strength, right? Okay, next. What is the outcome of the situation? Is now once it manifests, we got to put some work in. So what does that mean? Well, my Libra friend, she's going to be moving. So she's got to put work into that, like real physical work, right? And for my manifestation, I've got to put work into it. I'm going to have to put some emotional work into it, but I'm okay. I'm ready for it. And I'm more ready for it than I ever have been. So I'm excited. I'm excited to put this work in. And I feel like you, Libra, are going the same way. It's either going to be tangible physical work, or it's going to actually be some emotional work that you're going to need to do. But we know, I'm going to want to find out what the outcome after all this work is, because I love to see the future and I love to see the bigger picture, right? So, wow. Well, this came out that you're going to be looking at all the work that you did, and you're going to be like, I did that. I manifested that. I manifested this love. I manifested this life. I manifested this money. Like, for me, for instance, for what I just told you, is that, like, what a great thing to look at, your manifestation, after someone in your life told you that you would never amount to anything, and then you turn around and look at, oh yeah, well, I just did. So what do you got to say about that? And I keep getting this card. They keep showing me this card of communication. That is destined communication for the lovers. So whatever's manifesting in your life is the lovers and the Queen of Cups. That's beautiful. This is the overall energy of this. Is just amazing communication is making this happen. That's bringing these two lovers together. And this could be any kind of relationship, because didn't we see this in the beginning? They showed it to us in the beginning. It was like a foreshadowing of what we were going to see, is that we have this relationship, see? And then we have our cups of love. This is awesome. This is a great place to put that card, because one, that's my favorite queen. And two, well, I have a couple favorite queens, but I guess they're all my favorite queens, but she's pretty amazing because she's love and happiness. She's following your heart and your dreams. And she treasures people, and she's just amazing. Like, you're going to feel adored and treasured and loving and cared for, and somebody's going to be wanting to support you and just take care of you and the way that you've always wanted to be taken care of. And not that you're not independent, but it's nice to have somebody take care of you. It's nice to feel like somebody is protective over you or supporting you or really reliable in your life, especially if you didn't have anybody like that growing up. It's really cool to be like, oh my God, this is something new. You know, this is awesome. Wow, Libra, this was really cool. If you like this reading or entertained in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Bye.